Good morning, Hassan Huskies. This is your principal, Dr. Miller. Today is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024. Happy New Year! I hope all of you had a really wonderful winter break and that you got to make lots of fun memories with your families. All right, please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we have birthdays. Happy birthday. We'll start with the January birthdays. We have Lydia and Mrs. Moline, Baylor and Miss Gumphrey, Linus and Mrs. Petter, Case and Mrs. Meeker, Samuel and Mrs. Sylvester, Haley and Mrs. Stella, Penelope and Mrs. Spears, Avery and Mrs. Spears, and Jana and Mrs. Cedergren. Happy birthday. When you get an opportunity and your teacher tells you it's a good time, come down for a birthday book and a pencil. And we have July half birthdays. Happy half birthday to Micah and Mrs. Spalding, Sadie and Miss Craig, Neil and Mrs. Stella, Cole and Mrs. Cedergren, Molly and Mrs. Cedergren, Blake and Mr. Willenbring, Deacon and Mrs. Harns, Mason and Mrs. Back, Jensen and Mrs. Hanlon, Dane and Miss Doro, Olivia and Miss Hanlon, and Gabriella and Miss Grant. Happy half birthday. All right, Hassan Huskies, it's a great day. I'm so happy to have you back. Listen to your teachers, make great choices, and remember, you belong here.